Xfinity Lounge. This is the PHLY Eagles post-game show presented by Bet365 and Ashley. We've got Jamie Lynch. I'm Bo Wulf. We've got Super Bowl champion Vinny Curry to talk about an insane come-from-behind victory for the Eagles, down 26-7 in the second half. The offense all of a sudden remembers how to throw the ball, bombs away. They take the lead with under 2 minutes to go. But then the Rams drive down, and they're settling in for a game-winning field goal from 44 yards out, only for Jordan Davis to block it and take it to the house, giving the Eagles a 33-26 win. Let's go around the horn with our takeaways. Vinny, we got to start with you.
Jordan Davis, you are the man. You are the man. Slim Davis, I mean, the year you're having already has been, oh, man, hats off to you. And what you did today, the hustle on the what was that, a third down stop?
The fourth down stop. Fourth down stop.
You know, 2 block field goals.
Him and Jalen Carter
took it out of his hand and scored. Oh my God, who is this guy?
He also chased down Matthew Stafford, sideline to sideline. Like we saw him do that 2 years ago to Josh Allen, and then he never was seen from again that season.
Come on, Chad, I gotta be. Oh my God, and that game was crazy.
On a team of superstars, from AJ Brown and Saquon Barkley to Zach Bond and Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis is legitimately turning into a star himself.
Yo, what a freaking game. Oh, my God. Yo, Slim Davis.
Unbelievable. Jamie, what do you think?
I can't comprehend that was the same football game.
Man.
Yeah, that was the same team from the first half.
The same team, the same players, a tale of halves like I can never recall. Jordan Davis just had one of the most impressive games of football I've ever seen a D-tackle have. The way he impacted that game with 2 blocked field goals, and then my man took off. I can't wait to see his next-gen stats. I hope he hit 21 miles an hour. My boy was zooting down the field. What a game. Let's get some thumbs up for Jordan Davis.
Hey, what Tom Brady say last week? Man, the Peloton must really be working. Yeah, shout out to the Peloton.
Yeah, down 26 pounds,
They're throwing
Tom.
shade at him all week last week, saying, like, that poor Peloton bike, the whole city of Philadelphia would kill to be that bike today. Unbelievable. Jordan Davis. What a star-making, just legendary performance from him in this game.
Unbelievable.
And an unbelievable turnaround for the Eagles after a first half that offensively was entirely feckless. They could not throw the ball. And it was so bizarre. You said it looks like a second half, like a totally different team than the first half, Jamie. And Vinny, you were there for the first half. You left early because the vibes were just so bad. And then all of a sudden, they're down 26-7, and it's like, all right, well, I guess we got to throw the ball now. And they looked great throwing the ball. AJ Brown, finally, 6 for 109 and a touchdown.
Yes. And then, look, even the running game, you start going up the middle, started getting on the edges. They was giving up the edges. The edges was there the whole game. They adjusted to that, got SAQUON going. But you could see after that first TD pass drive, Jalen goes over to the coach. I would love what he said to him, but he was fired up. And then just come out and just start firing like the way they were, man. Where was this team been at? We've been looking for this, looking for this excitement. And chat, come on now.
I was getting ready to come on here and say that the Rams kick a game-winning field goal. And you know what? You don't like to lose a game, but I'll tell you what. This is actually kind of an encouraging thing. This might be for the best because they realized that they could throw the ball. I think that could be good. To be able to get that and then also get that insane Jordan Davis play. I mean, what an afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was some humility that was good for the coaching staff to kind of learn and kind of swallow in this game and see immediate results. And that is always throw A.J. Brown the ball.
Always open.
Again,
That's it.
He calls himself always open for a reason.
That's it. Put the ball up and give him a chance to go make a play. I mean, how many of those plays were just physical Megatron, like, get off me? Like, I'm going to go make a play because my team needs it. This stadium needs it. We are lifeless. And A.J. Brown offensively and Jordan Davis defensively took over those games.
So from like, go ahead, Vinny.
The decision to replace Matt Pryor was clutch.
We'll get
game.
to that.
That was the whole game.
Yo, listen, that was clutch in this game, right? To be there and watch Jalen get hit like that in that first half was
in the
crazy.
past 2 weeks, he's been like crushed three different times.
Yes.
And if you somehow missed this, Lane Johnson leaves this game after I believe one drive with a neck injury. You see him on the sideline. He can't like move his neck. He's doing that whole turn his body thing. And Matt Pryor, who frankly is a better guard than tackle, and was a starting guard last year, but on an island is not his strength. He was in for Lane Johnson at right tackle, and he struggled, gave up some big plays. And then Fred Johnson, who we all would have assumed would have been the backup anyway, comes in, and all of a sudden the offense settled down, and they were able to allow Jalen to sit back and throw the ball.
What was that decision? What do you think? I mean, you're down there a lot. You know Jeff Stoutland.
Yeah, my guess is like the reintegration of Fred Johnson was just on the left side. He was ready to be the backup left tackle, and maybe Pryor on the right. But he was already here last year. It shouldn't have been guesswork.
I mean, I brought it up to you in the first half. I was like, why isn't Fred Johnson in? And you were like, that's a great question.
Yeah.
And
question.
Clearly.
They traded picks to get him back for a reason.
I would imagine Nick
talked all summer
Sirianni
about how swing tackle was an issue.
is going to be asked about it pretty early on in the press conference. Not right away because there's so many stars that you have to get to, but a head-scratching decision.
All right, so let's take a second to settle
to
down.
breathe?
Here.
I don't know, man.
Woo! Reset. Tell you that we are going to hear shortly from Fran Duffy from his film room lair. He's going to break down some of the big things from this game for us in a little bit. We will hear from E.J. Smith, our Eagles insider. He'll tell us what happened in the locker room. We want to know what you think about this game. Tell us what your big takeaways are. But let's talk first about our Ford play of the game, Vinny. And I mean, I'd love to make this an argument, but there's no doubt what the Ford play of the game is.
Come on, man. You know what it is. Slim Davis. Man,
I mean, what an
crazy.
unbelievable play.
Do we have Jordan Davis going to his local Ford store today to get himself a little truck
I mean,
after that
whatever Jordan Davis gets, he gets like just whatever he wants.
The 350 like isn't make that man an 850 because he deserves it all.
I'm telling you, just to see how hard he worked this offseason and is paying off right in front of our eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, he is growing up. He is turning into a special player.
Yeah, I mean, he lost 26 pounds, he told the press in training camp, and it is very evident. We talked about that play last year against the Bills where he chased Josh Allen down to the sideline, and you were like, wow, Jordan Davis looks spry, and then he was shot for a while. This one, he chases down, granted, a slower Matthew Stafford to the sideline, then blocks a kick, then blocks a pick. Then he runs, 75 yards into the end zone? Kind of blazing for a big fella. Like, his work paid off. I'm happy for him because he's such a likable guy.
I mean, what are they doing at Peloton headquarters if he's not announced as a sponsor, as like a guy tomorrow?
Should
we send a gift box?
Deal tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll send a gift box to Alex Toussaint and Allie Love and all the Jess King.
What are they doing?
Thank you. All the instructors at Peloton. Thank you.
Unbelievable.
Whoa. Telling you, I know their locker room is on fire right now.
Yeah, because so much of it, Vinny, is this is who we thought we could be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Because now the offense gets to be happy too, not just the defense.
And he was firing off too. Talking about Hurts. The same. But that's exactly what we all wanted to see. Today, what you saw was Eagle football, man. And the fans can go home happy. The chat is happy. You know what I mean? Come on, chat.
And you know what else is great about it too? Little poster boy, golden boy, Sean McVay gets put over Nick's lap and spanked yet again.
Well, listen, I mean, over the course of this game, the Rams outplayed the Eagles.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Sure.
And part of the reason this game was close at the end and the reason the Eagles won is because the Rams settled for field goals in the red zone in situations where they could have been aggressive. And, you get 2 field goals, but if you go, 1 for 2 on touchdowns, that's 7 points instead of 6. There were times when they punted on 4th down. Sean McVay has always been a relatively conservative guy when it comes to in-game decision-making, and that is absolutely a huge reason why they lost this game.
Absolutely. I mean, even on they ended up getting it on that one, but like just his play decisions on like 3rd and 1 to go long. Like I know you're probably running, a tush push version, short yardage play right after it if you do that, but like he was just conservative and kicking too many kicks. And why would you kick field goals against Jordan Davis? I mean, they might not have another field goal attempted on him the entire year. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter are just wrecking field
tag
goal
team, man.
I've never seen anything like that, where a defensive tackle just dominated a field goal unit.
Yeah, was that all in one quarter?
They scored 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter, the Eagles.
Oh my God.
But I mean, listen, the Rams had, if you count the blocked field goals, they had 8 scoring drives, right? So 8 drives where they got into scoring territory. The Eagles only had 4, but they scored 4 touchdowns on those drives, and the Rams only scored 2.
That's what makes this team so special, man. You just anybody, like in any moment, like it's just what a great day to be an Eagle fan, baby.
I cannot believe the first half compared to the second half.
Jalen Hurts finished this game, Jamie.
They had 33 yards.
21 for 32 with 226 yards passing. He had 17 yards passing in the first half.
I mean, look at those numbers. It's just like if you're telling me that's the numbers after that, and when we were in here at halftime, like 33 yards, like just a absolute disaster to end up with 226. And how many of those went to A.J. Brown? 115-ish, 120?
109.
109. Okay. I mean,
and listen, DeVonta Smith was nails in this game as well. 8 for 60 and a touchdown, including what was basically the game-winning touchdown on 4th down, and a couple of really nice catches in tight coverage. Great job by DeVonta Smith as well.
Yeah,
and
unbelievable.
then it's crazy because in that second half, you see Jalen on the sideline kind of fired up though. Like
I love to see that,
dude. I mean, I think we all wanted to see that, but he was really fired up. Usually, he's probably looking at his iPad, but he was fired up, And let's just say, man, like Jalen, you did your thing today.
In the second half, when they let him throw the ball, right? Like,
he played so.
Do you think that like a play calling thing changed at halftime? I don't know. I'm not saying somebody. I mean, obviously something changed.
How quick into the second half was that play to A.J. Brown? The one where they threw it was like a 30-yard play where they threw it up and he made the great bobbling one-handed catch.
Yeah, I think it was the second.
Was that second series?
It was the second series after they had turned it over on the first.
Yeah, I mean, I guess something that. And look, we'll get to the defense. A lot changed at halftime because the defense got a lot better too. But something at halftime must have been said. I mean, I would think, Vinny, you're in those rooms. I know it's quick, and they only say you get a couple minutes for adjustments. I would imagine somebody said something about throwing the rock.
I'm going to go on the limb chat, and I'm going to make my own version that I think happened.
Okay.
I think Hurts go in there and say, "Let me throw the damn ball."
That works.
Yeah.
And A.J. Brown's like, yeah, please.
Oh, absolutely. My God, man. Well, that was crazy. That second half was crazy.
And hopefully it, kind of resonates with the coaching staff going forward, right? Like not only do you pull this win out of your rear end in a way, but hopefully the coaches going forward are like, all right, like this has got to change. We got to let the ball rip downfield because we have 2 of the best receivers in the NFL.
Unbelievable.
I'm
still much more to talk about, including one of my low-key favorite parts of this game was Darius Williams' flop on the.
That was very funny.
That was oversell.
Cut to him sailing across the world on that flop. Very funny. So lots to get to. On the other side, we're going to hear from Fran Duffy and you also, the listeners. Let us know how unlikely you think this game was. Like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Back with more on the other side. The other day was over at Jamie's place. Unbelievable. We're trying to watch the game. I get there, and his setup was a total mess. It's lagging. It's buffering. It's switching between apps trying to find the game. Claimed he was a big fan. Turns out I was fan-fished. Because if you call yourself a football fan, you just got to have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. You can find the best games and your favorite teams all in one place, and the way that you watch is next level. On top of that, you get real-time notifications and live stats right on your TV. It's the best seat in the house every time. You get Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K. So clear, it feels like you're in the stadium. So next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box.
And Jordan Davis was the Ford play of the game. We'll get that man whatever Ford he wants, because you should visit your local Ford store. America's all-time best-selling SUV, the Ford Explorer. It's the car I wanted in high school. It's like anybody that has an Explorer is cool. Like, I just wanted one my entire life, and it stood the test of time. All these years later, still one of the best SUVs on the road. Options of powertrains, including a hybrid if you're looking for better fuel economy, EcoBoost system, and they're packed with the Ford Copilot 360, a suite of advanced driver assist features, plus info entertainment system with a large touchscreen and all of the bells and whistles you're looking for, plus some great terrain management and awesome rear seats available with captain's chairs, which are always awesome. Built for families, but also built for adventure. To find out more, visit your local Ford store.
All right. Julia, do we have the Duff Man?
I would imagine Fran's going to have a good time breaking down this tape, at least the second half.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys being done in the second half.
What time does it come out tomorrow? 10 a.m.?
Oh, earlier than that.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like 7 or 8.
And listen, he called the Jordan Davis thing right from week 1. He looks like a different player. It was probably the best game of his career.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the best games a defensive tackle
player
can play.
Of the game, special team player of the game. God damn, he can have a lot of accolades coming on Tuesday,
Listen,
Monday.
special teams was a big deal in this game because on the one side, you had the Eagles having all those really bad starting field positions because the Rams were doing a good job on those kickoffs. Tank Bigsby couldn't catch the ball.
Some kind of knuckle puck kickoff that guy's got? It was effective.
Effective enough to work against the best kickoff returner in football. Crazy. Good stuff. But then on field goals, you get Jalen Carter blocking one with Jordan Davis, and then the play of the game being made by Jordan Davis on special teams.
Man, right. Like, what a day.
You ever block a field goal, Vinny?
Yeah.
Let's tell us about it.
I want to say, I need to chat to look this up. I might have the record for the most blocked field goals at the Eagles.
Oh, really?
What a flag.
Just saying.
We're going to have to get to the stat. You're the stat guy.
What's the most memorable one for you?
Oh man. I want to say, what's that playoff game against Seattle, man? Y'all remember that?
Oh, look at this. I click January 5th, 2020. Breakdown. Fran Duffy breaking down Vinny Curry's blocked field goal.
The Fran man, baby. The Fran man.
Wow. Against the Seahawks.
See, that's
and the playoff game. That's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a clutch one.
Now I got to tell you, that's tough content for it to have to go out the next day when the season's over, but you get the block in the field goal game in the playoff game.
Yeah, we should have won that game, by the way. Just saying.
Injuries.
Yeah.
What's a better feeling, just like in the moment?
But you know what happens after that? After that season, we draft Jalen Hurts.
So maybe it was a good thing.
What's a better feeling in the moment, getting a sack or blocking a kick? I would imagine blocking a kick is like
whatever's going to help us win at the time. Whatever's most needed.
Does it hurt your hand?
Nah, you drilling is pumping.
Yeah,
like Jordan Davis probably on like cloud 20. You know.
I can't believe how quick he looked running down the field.
Field goals is so crucial in football games. Is crazy.
What goes into it?
Everything, but you just gotta listen. So most people take it as a playoff. Some people take it serious.
And so, I mean, we saw Jordan Davis. He's such a hulking specimen of a man, but he gets a little bit of penetration inside, so that allows, like, it changes the angle. He gets his hand up. How important are the guys in the middle on a field goal block?
Very important. But Jordan Davis' arms is probably about 7, 8 wingspan. Me, I had to get penetration. You know what I'm saying? He could just put his hand up and
6'6", 2 or 320.
Yes,
I think
sir.
you said he was at these days.
That's crazy.
What a game.
Moment. I mean, to be Jordan Davis in Philadelphia tonight,
You see, I'm still chat. Y'all got my adrenaline is still pumping, man. That was a crazy game. If y'all would have saw me in there, I was going nuts.
It was crazy. I mean, it was insane. Julie, do we have our man? Very shortly, we will be joined by our friend,
think about how far
Fran
Jordan
Duffy.
Davis has come, Bo. Like, once you get to the numbers about his snap count, but it doesn't feel like he's leaving the field. And this is a guy that used to play, between 14 and 20 snaps a game? Like, he was a pretty low snap count guy.
Yeah.
And I would imagine he had to play 65, 70% of the game.
And I actually think the Eagles were in their base defense a lot in this game.
Right.
I think that was part of the Rams' plan of attack, was to try to keep them in base. You saw, for instance, like Sidney Brown was on the field a lot instead of Andrew Makuba, where so the Eagles would go with those 3 defensive tackle packages, and sometimes it would mean that Jalen Hunt was like just covering a wide receiver.
They kept him under 100 yards too as a unit. So you know, I mean, that's a plus. That's a win.
Yeah, it's interesting this game, which we can talk about, where obviously last year Saquon Barkley was dominant against the Rams, 18 of 46 for 2.6 yards a pop. Rams did a good job corralling Saquon, and yet wasn't not enough. As we head now to Fran's Film Room, sponsored by Ashley. There he is, the Duff Man. What was Francis's reaction to that last play of the game?
He was heavily invested in that play. It was fun to be able to experience that with him, but just a wild game. It's seriously a tale of two halves. I don't even know where to begin. This is an insane outcome.
All right, let's start with the offense, because it was just, you want to talk about a tale of two halves. What did you see from them coming alive in the second half, and is it possible that it was something where like somebody in the organization forgot that they could turn on the pass the ball flip switch?
Well, it was kind of like like this AJ Brown guy's got a chance to be pretty good in this league.
This thing that everybody has been yelling us about makes sense.
Yeah, obviously AJ coming through, but even like, the play to Dallas Goedert down the seam, which we can get into. I've got a breakdown of that one. The DeVonta Smith touchdown was outstanding. The good design. That was a play that they'd run. I mean, essentially they ran that route, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 times in the game. And this one they ran in the low red zone and they were able to hit for a touchdown. It was actually a really good call against what the Rams were doing from a coverage standpoint. But I mean, look, it was, when you look back at that first half, it was a little bit of everything. You had some bad throws, you had some bad play calls, you had blown protections from an assignment standpoint. You had offensive linemen losing one-on-one for sacks, not just backups, but starters as well. Landon Dickerson gave up that sack on the first or second drive. The run game could not get going. You had receivers running the same route and being in the same area, Dotson and Smith early on in this game. So a little bit of everything, but obviously they were able to turn it around in the second half.
All right, so let's start with DeVonta Smith. You have DeVonta one here. I imagine this is the game-winning touchdown.
It is, yeah. Let's take a look at the game-winning touchdown. And I think the big thing here that you want to be able to look at is that the Eagles come out in an empty set, all right? And so when you come out in an empty set, you are essentially forcing the defense to kind of show their cards. What are they looking to do from a coverage standpoint, especially in the red zone? This is going to be a bang play. Jalen Hurts, if he's dropping back and looking, things have gone terribly wrong from the design of the play. So if you are the Rams, you kind of have to show your hand here. And I think that the Rams, their plan of attack, Julia, if you go to the next shot here, their plan here was, all right, we are going to double A.J. Brown. So we're going to bracket A.J. Good, all right, good plan. And then we are going to spy Jalen Hurts. Also, good plan. And it's essentially zero coverage across the rest of the board. You've got a 4-man rush, and then you've got the one safety who's going to bracket A.J. The other safety kind of rolls down, and he is now going to spy Jalen Hurts on this play. So Jalen's not going to be able to run around, unlikely to be able to run around and run this in for a score. So he's got to hit the top of his drop and let this ball go. And if we go to the last shot here, we can see basically what he's doing. He's going to work the bottom of the screen. This is going to go. We know this goes to DeVonta Smith. He's running a little speed out route here from the slot. The big thing here, Saquon Barkley is lined up to the bottom of the screen. Saquon has to win outside. It's a mandatory outside release because you need that corner to turn outside. He can't be looking back at Jalen Hurts, so he's got to be fast with the outside release. And obviously, DeVonta Smith also has to win outside release. He cannot get held up here on this play because he's got to be available for Jalen Hurts to be able to cut this ball loose and throw it to the pylon here. Outstanding throw, good execution, nice play call, no expecting what the coverage was. If he's looking at AJ here, this ball might go the other way, right? And so it was a nice job there from Jalen Hurts, from the coaching staff, dialing up the right play at the right time.
And so he needs to recognize that pre-snap that's going to be his best matchup.
Yeah, and they disguised it pretty well. It's not like they shaded that safety all the way over there, right? So that safety was still relatively, on the hash marks there at the snap of the ball. So honestly, like that wasn't even a post-snap look for Jalen. They just kind of expected, hey, you know what? They're probably going to be trying to take it away AJ here, especially after we threw him the fade in an earlier trip of the red zone.
Hey, what did you make of the way that Sirianni handled the end of that drive from like a clock management standpoint?
Yeah, I mean there were a couple weird things from this game. I mean, you can go to
this was a tough
and honestly on both sides.
Yeah.
You were talking about McVay and his conservative nature, but there was. I'll get into like the nitty gritty of it, but I've got some notes in terms of there were some weird things there going on a couple of those drives towards the end.
Yeah, I mean it's funny. That one was like, from the Eagles' perspective. I thought when it was first and goal that they were going to just try to run and get like 2 or 3 tush pushes in to bleed clock that way. But then once they got the negative play with SAQUON, you had to just go for it. I thought Sirianni's timeout on the Rams' final drive was kind of odd, but who knows? I mean, without it, I don't know if they win the game.
Yeah, it's it put time back on the clock. The Rams were going to use the timeout anyway, so obviously he doesn't know that, but they dodged one there for sure.
All right, one more play from the passing game that you want to break down, Fran, and that is the Dallas Goedert touchdown. Which, I mean, here, we were just laughing about that because it was like they're down 26-7.
So easy.
And then all of a sudden, in like 3 plays, they just go throw the ball right downfield. And like, oh, they're allowed to do that? Like, it was very funny.
And it was like you had the sluggo the previous play to A.J. Brown. It's like, oh, we can do something to complement the slant route. Like, there are other things that we can do. So they ran the sluggo to A.J. Brown in the previous play, and then they come down and they hit Dallas Goedert down the seam. Now, we didn't get a great replay of this, but from the broadcast angle, I'm pretty sure about what the coverage was here from the Rams. We'll find out in the morning. But if we want to go to the first shot here, Julia, what I think the Rams are doing here is called cover 2 invert, where if we just look at the bottom of the screen, you can see that the safety is dropping down and the corner is dropping all the way back, and he's getting towards the middle of the field here. He's dropping as a safety. So the corner and safety are switching responsibilities on this play. And if you look at the linebacker in the middle of the field, that circle that's towards the middle there, he is opening up to that side and kind of running the shoot. So he is that middle linebacker in Tampa 2. And but the reason why he opens his hips so far towards the bottom of the screen is that that Tampa 2 middle linebacker, you're always going to open to the passing strength. And that is the 3 receiver side here for the Eagles. You've got 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen there. So he is opening to the passing strength. And that means now that if Jalen wants a ball down the seam, the linebacker is not going to be able to make a play on this. So all you have to do is make sure that you beat both safeties. So you've got a vertical route at the top of the screen. That's the other Tampa 2 safety, because they disguised this coverage, that's the corner, that's at the bottom. So he's not making a play on this throw to Dallas Goedert. It was a great ball. We can go to the next shot here. And you can see the protection was outstanding there as well. I know Greg Olsen pointed that out in the broadcast. Great job from Fred Johnson on this play. But the protection was outstanding. He's able to lay this up and over the linebacker there in the middle of the field. Dallas Goedert walks into the end zone for a touchdown. So just an outstanding job there. Good play recognition again from Jalen Hurts, understanding, hey, this is probably the call we're getting here. This seam route's going to be open. The Rams have been really good at disguising zone coverages over the course of this season. It was something that the Eagles and Jalen Hurts struggled a little bit with in the middle stretches of last year. So being able to come back from that and hit on that play and get them back into the game, that was certainly a big moment in this football game.
What did you make? We talked about it a little bit, Fran, but what did you make of Matt Pryor getting the first crack at right tackle before Fred Johnson?
I don't know if it is a situation from a depth chart standpoint where, because we saw this a little bit in camp where it's like, all right, this guy is going to be the right tackle and this guy is going to be the backup left tackle as opposed to a true backup swing. I don't know. I can't imagine that there's too much verbiage that was that different for Fred Johnson to kind of get acclimated to. That's the only thing I could think of is that, all right, Fred was the backup left tackle, Pryor was the backup right tackle. He earned it with the way that he performed in camp, that kind of situation. But that was surprising to see that he was the backup right tackle initially out of the gate.
Fran, in your professional opinion, do you think throwing the ball to A.J. Brown is a good thing to do?
That's generally a positive when you can throw it to the guy that, as you said, is always open.
All right, we got 2 plays on defense to get to before we then finish with the Jordan Davis block. Let's start with the good on defense, and that was the first drive of the game. I said it, I think, at the halftime show that of all the superstars on this team, you could actually make a case that maybe Zach Bond is the best of them. He could be the best player on the team. And this play early on was obviously a game changer, led to the Eagles' only first half touchdown.
Yeah, it's a big time play. And when we talk about pairing up Zach Bond with Jihad Campbell, one of the great things about Campbell is that, like Bond, he's got that versatile skill set. He's a good blitzer from depth. He can drop back and make plays in coverage. So being able to have those guys mix and match and do different things, or I should say, do the same things, allows for Vic Fangio to be versatile with the way that he utilizes both players. And this is a good example here on this play. As we go to the first shot, Jihad Campbell's going to be blitzing here in the B gap. So he's actually going to go after Matthew Stafford. It's going to be a zone coverage call from the Eagles. Matthew Stafford here wants to go to DeVonta Adams, who is in a stacked set to the left on the hash mark. And that's going to give him a free release. It's going to be a slant route towards the middle of the field. Stafford's like, hey, you know what? This is a blitz coming from the left. I've got DeVonta Adams running a slant to the left. This should be easy pickings. I'm basically just going to take this right from where they're vacated. If you go to the next shot, Julia, it's a really clear picture. Like, you look at this and you're like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense for Matthew Stafford to put this ball right on the left hash mark. You see that nobody's got a fingertip on DeVonta Adams here. This should be a nice, easy pitch and catch for those guys against the blitz on 2nd and long. But Zach Bond obviously had other plans. You go to the next shot here, and you see the ground that Zach Bond is able to cover. He does an outstanding job of getting into this passing lane, jumps the throw, makes the play for the interception. So a great job from Bond of being able to kind of bait it in terms of, not overselling and getting too far underneath that route to take the throw away, but also just a really good blitz, understanding what are their answers against the blitz. How do we make this? How do we bait this interception from a schematic X and O standpoint? Great job all around from Vic Fangio, his staff, and then obviously from Zach Bond on this play.
All right, and then the one big play that they gave up in that first half was the downfield touchdown to DeVonta Adams with Reed Blankenship in coverage, helped by a little bit of a push-off that could have been offensive pass interference. But how did they get that matchup to their favor?
Yeah, look, this is the second week in a row now that we're seeing teams kind of attack that secondary from a zone rules standpoint, especially with the use of motion. And we see this here on this play, Julia, as we go to the first one. You could see that they bring Jordan Whittington in motion before the snap from right to left. And before the snap, before the motion happens, Quinyon Mitchell is one-on-one with Adams. And if that, according to Greg Olson, that was the matchup all day, is that Quinyon shadowed DeVonta Adams wherever he went, depending on which side of the formation. All right, that's the side that Quinyon's going to be on. Now, once there's motion and Adams is no longer the number one receiver, Quinyon Mitchell's not traveling into the slot. So if a receiver motions outside of him, that's who Quinyon is going to pick up. So that's essentially what the Rams did here. They said, all right, if that's the way you're going to play it, we're going to motion Whittington out before the snap, and we're going to basically take Quinyon away from Adams, and then he's going to run a vertical route down the sideline. So we can see this on the next shot here, is that you've got Adams clearing Quinyon Mitchell in coverage. Now he's one-on-one with the safety down the field, and that's Reed Blankenship on this play. And now, so you have that one-on-one situation. You get the push off there from DeVonta Adams. That's a veteran move. He was able to hide it well. Obviously, you go back and you look at the screen grabs and say, oh, that should have been PI. Probably should have been. The Eagles got away with a PI later in the game as well. Jacorian Bennett going up against Puka Nacua, so it did go both ways there. But I think when you're looking at it here, this is a play that I think that it's a concept I think that the Eagles are going to continue to see, is the use of motion and different formations to try and dictate. All right, we don't want Quinyon Mitchell on this number one receiver. We're going to move, kind of remove him from this spot and try and get him matched up on a safety, a receiver that we want. So we saw it last week on the touchdown to Tyquan Thornton late. We saw it here early on against the Rams as well.
You are absolutely relentless on Jacorian Bennett. Just
I just go to the facts, so I didn't even think about it.
You just had to get that in there. Although we do have to say,
I honestly didn't even think about it.
The Rams drive at the end of the game, 6 straight dropbacks that they just said we're throwing at Jacorian Bennett with Puka Nacua.
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly Sean McVay was like, all right, like that's the matchup that we want. We're gonna have Puka Nacua just play low post basketball on Bennett. I mean, the one late, the one that was the underthrown fade. That could have gone either way. That was a little bit scary there on both sides of it. But yeah, certainly that was a matchup they wanted to try and take advantage of.
And we should say Adoree Jackson left this game with an injury. That's why that was made. It was not a plug-in for playing time purposes. All right, let's get to the final play, Fran. I mean, what a turnaround by you to get screen grabs of this already. And you see the graphic there from Julia. Jordan Davis in this game, 4 tackles. I think that actually maybe gets bumped up to 5. A tackle for loss, a sack, involved in 2 different field goal blocks, and scores a freaking touchdown to close out the game. Tell us what you saw on the final play.
Yeah, I mean, to me, they basically overloaded this, and I would actually love to ask you, Vinny, in terms of like the overall strategy behind this. But let's take a look at it, because basically what the Eagles do here is you're going to overload that front right side, and you could see like to our right of the long snapper, you've got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Byron Young, like stacked right on top of each other. And essentially, what you're doing is like you are dictating one-on-ones. Like, all right, no one's blocking Jordan Davis one-on-one. You're probably not blocking Jalen Carter guys were in position to block the previous field goal, so that we're just going to play on this again. You know, we mentioned in the pitch the starting left guard in this game, like he's a smaller guard. He's probably in more of an ideal center in the way that he's built. Coleman Shelton is also an undersized player, so from a like height, weight, speed standpoint, those were offensive linemen that if you've got big, long, powerful defensive tackles, you can take advantage of that kind of situation. So they really kind of overload the front here in terms of trying to dictate matchups. Say, all right, well, you can't block our guys one-on-one. And then, Julie, if you just go to the next shot, I mean, just an unbelievably athletic play from Jordan Davis to climb the ladder here, get a hand on it, and be able to tip this ball. And then the athleticism for the scoop and score. I mean, I'm screaming on the sofa, like unbelievable. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Just an unbelievable play from Jordan Davis, who has been doing this all year long. Yeah, from week 1, you can kind of see like that he was in different shape, was making more impactful plays as later in the game, and even last week against Kansas City, like. 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, I'm writing Jordan Davis's name down more often than what I was doing in previous years, studying him on tape.
Fran, you've watched a lot of tape and you've seen a lot of guys in next-gen stats and all that. If I set a line on the scoop and score top speed of Jordan Davis at 19.2 miles an hour.
I think that's too high.
I was thinking 18.7. All right, let's go 18.7. What do you got?
Pretty big, half a mile an hour, okay. All right, well, I'll take the over on 18.7 and the under on 19.2.
Wow.
Can I tell you what? I am so happy that, like I'm sure Nick Sirianni's like fall on the ball, that he didn't do the smart thing there. I'm so happy he just picked it up and ran with it. Good for him.
Honestly, like, so, I've got NFL GSIS up on my computer, right, as the game's going on, just because like it helps me with note taking, like, all right, who they give the tackle to, that kind of thing. And GSIS, if I'm watching the game on TV, is usually like ahead, right? So it's like, all right, because it's getting updated live from the stadium. When it's not updated, that usually indicates like, all right, something big happened here, because it's like a lot to type out. So I'm like, all right, is there a penalty? Is there, did he make it? And it's just taking them time to finish out because the game's over. It's like, no, Jordan Davis blocks this kick and takes it back to the house. Just an unbelievable play from Jordan Davis.
People in the chat are telling us already that it was 18.5 on Jordan Davis' top speed. So there you go. All right, Fran, I'm going to leave you with one stat here that I have cherry picked to tell you the state of how the offense turned around. So I'm using 2 different stats to tell this story, but I think that's okay. So all of Jalen Hurts' games since 2021, you stack up all the first halves by success rate. This was the worst offensive first half the Eagles have had since Jalen Hurts became the starting quarterback. By EPA per drive, it is the best second half they have had with Jalen Hurts as the quarterback. So that tells you just how crazy that first half to second half turnaround was.
Yeah, I mean, it was what, like three and outs to end the half, 4 3 and outs to end the half. It was,
and a lot of
that was rough, man. And then you got the sack fumble to start it. That was a rough start for that offense.
Thank you to True Media for giving us that breakdown there. All right, and thank you most of all to Fran Duffy for joining us from the film room. Fran, we will talk to you tomorrow.
One more real quick, Fran. Do you recall breaking down a certain field goal block of one Mr. Vinny Curry versus Seattle in 2020, was it?
Yes. Playoff game.
Go into the reservoir there. You got anything in the tank?
You Google Vinny Curry field goal block, and the first thing that comes up is a picture of you.
Honestly, I will. I can look that up on True Media. I'll get on that this week.
Yeah, let's break that down. A little social content.
All right. And so if you have enjoyed Fran breaking it all down, make sure that you join us for the regular PHLY Eagles show at 2 o'clock tomorrow as Fran reviews all the film from this game. Thank you so much, Fran.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk soon.
And thank you, Ashley. And from there, we will take another break. On the other side, we're going to get into some more of the weeds of this game, hear from you on your Super Chats, and talk about what this insane win for the Eagles. Ashley, they just brought us the Fran segment, and they can also bring you comfort in your home. Discover the season's warmest and coziest hot buys for every room in your home, from stylish living rooms to welcoming dining rooms to relaxing bedrooms. You'll find beautiful looks starting at just $2.99. And right now, buy today and pay later with no interest for 60 months, because fall isn't just a season, it's a feeling. Visit your local Ashley showroom and start saving today.
And let me tell you about our friends at Righteous Felon Beef Jerky. They got it all, and they got the staff here hooked. Righteous Felon Craft Jerky is awesome. My girls take it to school now. Why? Because it's a perfect snack. 9 grams of protein. It fills you up. It has you feeling healthy. Just 1 gram of added sugar, and they're gluten-free, soy-free, and low sugar. I go between the teriyaki balboa, sometimes the Mexican street taco flavor, and then, you know, the lemon pepper biltong is quite nice itself. So they have whatever flavor it is you're looking for. They got you covered at Righteous Felon. You can grab all 4 flavors at righteousfelon.com and use code PHLY20 to get 20% off your first order. Righteous Felon, high protein, bold flavor, no BS.
Get your home ready for cozy season during Ashley's fall savings event happening now. Discover the season's warmest and coziest hot buys for every room in your home, from stylish living rooms to welcoming dining rooms to relaxing bedrooms. You'll find beautiful looks starting at just $2.99. And right now, buy today and pay later with no interest for 60 months, because fall isn't just a season, it's a feeling. Visit your local Ashley showroom and start saving today. All right, we are back on the PHLY Eagles post-game show with Super Bowl champion Vinny Curry, who was in the house tonight. EJ, who was there, was telling us that he got there and he saw you had like your own golf cart that says Legend Vinny Curry.
No, it was nice. It was nice. I mean, the Eagles always do it. They do it right. You know, they had the little custom golf cart ride around. Got the, you know,
Where they take you?
See the people. To a couple tailgates. You know, a couple tailgates. It was the energy before the game was crazy. The first half energy, I was like, uh-oh.
Some other 2017 teammates in the house, right?
No. Just myself, Ty Hermans, Trey Thomas was in the building.
Trey!
Yeah,
Love that man, Trey.
You know,
I think LeGarrette Blunt was the captain.
Yeah, he was the captain. Yeah. And then, you know, Trey was breaking down my son's film.
Was he?
Yeah, Trey Thomas was one of the smartest guys I know when it comes to football.
Yeah.
I always love talking with Trey.
Oh, my God.
He would teach you a lot. I watch offensive line play completely different after watching games with Trey. It's very informative. And his son's up at Lehigh now playing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He is.
All right. Well, Vinny.
And by the way, the honorary coin toss, Mr. Mark Ruffalo and Tom Pelfrey from HBO's new show.
Yeah.
Delco, strong.
We're about 20 minutes into the first episode. Rachel had to call it a night. But
I'm in. It's intense. Yeah, it's good.
Good. I mean, good Delco accents.
Yeah. Sometimes the Wooders are a little too much, but they make a great effort.
Yeah.
The St. Monica's Parish getting a little shout out in the episode. All of Delco's getting representation.
I was hoping we get like not Rita's, but a different, like a local establishment.
Yeah. Rita's is everywhere.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, if they want to advertise, please join.
I'm a Misto man, so come on, Rita's, get on board with us.
All right, Vinny, let's go to the Righteous Felon Beef of the Week. And, at Righteous Felon, they give the Beef of the Week. It's like their Employee of the Week. For us, it is, your chance to honor the best lineman in this game. Now, you could double down on Jordan Davis.
Sure.
He also got the forward play of the game. I do think there's a guy on offense you could go for. But I don't want to lead the witness here.
Oh, I see where you're going.
I've got to go with the Fred, man.
Yeah, Fred Johnson.
He did change the game.
Wait, listen. When Fred got in the game, I think everybody went nuts, you know. And there's no knock on Matt. You know, Matt is a guard, probably is a guard. But listen, at the end of the day, he was getting QB1. He was getting killed out
lit
there.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. So when Fred came, he held his own, and that was the spark that they were looking for, and that was the turnaround in the game. So Fred, my man, you are my beef of the week.
Yeah, baby. Head to righteousfelon.com and use code PHLY20 for 20% off your order.
Should we send a beef stick down to the locker room with you this week? Is that allowed? Just like a hey, here, friendly. Here's a beef stick for you, Fred.
Sure.
All right.
Can we put it on an award, like on a plaque? Or
Yeah, get
that?
Get it bronzed.
An edible plaque.
It would be funny if
we'll work it up.
Yeah. We'll talk to Righteous Felon, see if they have any plaques.
So one thing I want to ask you guys about, we talked before we talked to Fran about how unsuccessful the Eagles' running game was. Rams' rushing game was successful in this game. Kyron Williams 20 for 94 and Blake Corum 8 for 53. Eagles' running game didn't give up a big play, nothing beyond 13 yards, but a lot of like moderately successful runs. Did anything jump out to you, Vinny, on why that was the case?
Yes, we was just missing tackles. We had him tackled, but he was breaking out of it, man. I guarantee you, we had double-digit missed tackles in this game today.
I'm trying to think back. I know Zach Bond did miss one.
Yeah.
Roy Jackson missed one early. Sidney Brown missed one.
Can Sidney Brown play a game of football without getting a penalty? Is it possible?
But would Sidney Brown be playing football if he didn't play with the kind of reckless abandon that means?
It's a good point. All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think he can. I don't think it's in his DNA. I think he needs a penalty every time he steps on the field.
He likes to
you know
mix
what's
it up.
crazy? If Jordan Davis doesn't block that field goal, we're pissed at Sidney Brown right now.
Miserable.
Oh
because you came back.
Sidney Brown, you owe my man Jordan Davis some dinner, man.
But that's the thing is that, like, I was going to feel good about this game even if they lost.
I was going to feel like
after the second half.
Way to come back and get back in this game. You
because
lost.
you feel good about the offense.
Yeah.
And the defense is going to come. Like,
I sure hope. Yeah, I mean, even in the second half, they've played. Uncle Vic gets some credit because this defense has played a good second half of football in all of these games.
Right.
They're doing something and making a change at halftime that's effective.
To the point of what I was saying before, by the numbers, according to True Media, this was the most, by success rate, the second best rushing performance against the Vic Fangio Eagles defense. So since the start of last season, only actually behind week 1 when the Cowboys were able to run the ball pretty well.
Do they have how many missed tackles we had? Was it double digits?
It's a good question. Let me see if I got missed tackles on here.
Know that.
Put True Media on the pressure cooker here.
Put them into work. Yeah. Here we go. We'll get to it. What did you make of Jalen's performance? Jalen Hurts, Vinny, in this game.
I feel like the second half, he put the team on his back. You know, offensively, come out and do 3 touchdown passes, and how fast they scored was insane.
Look at that stat line. I mean,
oh my God!
And again,
that's
17 yards passing in the first half.
Yeah, I just can't believe where we were at halftime. And what a bad taste in our mouths all of it was. And then looking at that stat line right now, 4 touchdowns, no picks, a 117.4 QBR. And the fact that he got over 200 yards is amazing. I mean, what a performance. Second half, that is.
And then to see him, like I said, we keep going back to this, to see him fire up on the sideline. Somebody that's so calm, cool, collective, smooth operator. But he was fired up after the first one. Yo, my man, let's go.
When the guy that's usually cool, calm, and collected gets fired up, what does that do to a team?
That fires everybody up. No, it was touchdown after that. Then Jordan Davis.
A couple super chats to get to from the generous among you in the chat. Let's talk about those now. We start with, I be me every day, who says Matt Pryor got to go. Oh, man.
Yeah,
$2 just to shovel dirt on Matt Pryor.
Yeah, he said he done went 30 times, you know?
Yeah, that's brutal. Fresh Prince, what about the unstoppable Packers? Oh, the Packers lose to the Browns?
They lost to the Browns. Joe Flacco. And
the Jets didn't win that game. The Bucs came back and still won.
Did they really?
Oh, wow.
That's the Jets. I mean, it's tough up there.
Listen, Joe D's with us. So.
That's right. Hey, Vinny, I want to ask you about the taunting call on Puka Nacua.
That was bull crap.
Rogers League here, where you got these men who are dedicating their lives to this game, and they're not allowed to celebrate with even just a flex of the muscles. Come on,
that was a wash because that was a push off from DeVonta Adams. So I feel like they was just trying to give us okay, we messed up. We missed that call, and here go your call back. That's the way I'm going to take it. I mean, don't make it more than enough fun league.
And then Jalen Carter going off the field after the first.
Yeah, that was come on, man. Stop.
Because he pointed in the direction of a team. Like, come on. I know by definition it is.
I just think it's weak.
It's so weak. I mean,
Roger Goodell's. I think he's emasculated by the actual football players, and he doesn't want to He wants nobody with muscles to play. He wants to be the tough guy. Pathetic. Speaking of Roger Goodell being pathetic, let's check in on the tush push counter. I believe just 3 for 3 in this game for the Eagles, but boy, was the broadcast very concerned about whether Tyler Steen jumped a little bit early.
He did, but this is not a tush push issue. This is an officiating issue. That was a clear in the moment. He jumped, but they didn't call it.
It's also not even an officiating issue. It's not. It has nothing to do with the tush push. It has nothing to do with the push. If this was a regular quarterback sneak,
it's still an offside.
It would be the exact same setup.
Yeah,
it's all of the arguments now, which have turned to all of the NFL mouthpieces saying, "Well, it's hard to officiate." It has nothing to do with the push. If they outlaw the play and just have it be a regular quarterback sneak next year, guess what? They're going to be the same false start issues. They're going to be the same difficulty with officiating. They're just throwing stuff at the wall because they wrote a terrible proposal last year. If you want to get rid of it, you just have to say there's no such thing as pushing a teammate on offense. That's the only way to get rid of it.
Well, they do know that they can do the tush push as well.
They're allowed.
Do the other teams know that? Listen, not every quarterback walking around here squatting 600 pounds. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
So
it's definitely
12 on the season, according to Julia's beautiful push graphic.
It's definitely gone next year. There's just no way around it. But what's going to be very funny is the quarterback sneaks that they just easily pick up again.
There was one today where the push is what mattered.
Yeah,
I think actually the Jalen touchdown, or the one before the Jalen touchdown, the first one, where it looked like Goddard's push is what got them the first down.
Yeah,
very rarely is the push what matters.
The media narrative and initiative now to talk about this tush push nonstop is ridiculous. On the ESPN game score earlier, it said, I tweeted it out from the PHLY Eagles account, which you should follow. It said the NFL says play should have been called offsides in bright red font under the play at halftime. They made it a footnote on the score that it should have been offside. There is an offense by the league and the media to make sure the tush push dies. It is over after this year.
Y'all ever seen Malibu's Most Wanted when he be like, don't be hating?
Yeah, not bad. I don't think I've seen Malibu's Most Wanted in a very long time.
Don't be hating.
Okay, what else jumped out to you guys from things we haven't talked about yet? Now, on the Eagles' defense, as I said before, I think they played a lot of base in this game, seemed like.
I do want to give credit. That DeVonta Adams was, I guess it's to the right side of the field.
Quinion?
Oh, my God.
What's wrong with him?
Yeah, no, that wasn't even, that was, it had to be Blankenship. Put the hand up. That was freaking huge. That was clutched as well. That was a underrated play right there.
Yeah, you want to know the difference in this game. Look at the red zone stats, right? The Eagles were 3 for 3 in the red zone. The Rams were 1 for 4.
That's the game right there.
That's the game, right?
And then was that our first red zone tutty?
Passing touchdown?
Yeah, passing touchdown of the season? Yeah, right? Yeah.
Let's see. The Goddard one early. AJ had done it already in the game.
No, I'm talking about this. No, I'm just saying that
there were 2 in this game, but those were the first. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And as you pointed out, Vinny, games that Jalen Hurts has started and finished,
I'm just saying.
Last 17 games?
17-0.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
17-0. That's insane.
It's insane. But one of the other things that jumped out to me, just like overall through 3 games, the running game, and look, I think we all would have admitted before the year there's no chance in hell you're running back the season you had last year. But the running game just in general feels,
Got to get them on edges. Got to
Yeah.
get them on edges.
It feels not
gotta get 'em
great
on
through
edges.
3
Yeah.
games.
You got to get them on edges.
Saquon still looks good.
Oh,
Yes.
for
Like,
sure.
you know, he's making guys miss in the backfield.
something
they're
about
these beautiful 4-yard runs.
Is off.
They just haven't been able to pop something big. And you would think that if defenses are
Stacking the box.
allocating resources to make sure that Saquon doesn't bust it big, that is exactly what opens it up for the passing game, which is all of why everybody was so upset through the first 2.5 games of this season. And then in the second half, you saw them be able to throw the ball. I mean, it is going to be a very why couldn't you just do this all the time?
Yeah.
But I think we're doing it from a much happier place today.
I can't believe I was about to be okay with a loss. And here we are talking about a win. That's one of the wildest plays in Eagles history. Like, just individual plays. Absolutely. Like, poor Julia came in here to get the show up and running.
We had to have different headlines ready to go.
Yeah,
for a
different
win and a
thumbnails.
loss. Yeah.
And she's coming in here thinking we're doing a loss because the Rams are about to set up and kick.
Valiant effort and come in last-second field goal loss.
And then she hears us going absolutely bonkers out in the other room. And it's probably like, what just happened out there? So shout out Julia. Good work there because she missed it live. She got to see the replay, but that was tough.
What an arc for Jordan Davis. So cool.
I mean, he's an all-pro right now through 3 games.
No, he's balling.
It's really cool.
It's very cool.
It's the Peloton, man. I mean, like you heard what Tom Brady said.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a
Brady,
Peloton
making fun of
man.
him,
I'm a former Pelotoner. I need to get back.
I have
I
to get
need to
back
get
on
my ass
tomorrow.
back on the
Mr.
bike.
Peloton.
Change my name on there to Jordan Davis and see how many high fives you get in every ride.
Jess King's gonna be like, Jordan Davis, shout out Jordan Davis.
I've never joined a live ride actually.
No?
No. Yeah, I've
Oh.
always just been on demand.
Huh. Who's your instructor?
I like a Jess King. It depends on the mood that I'm in.
I'm a big Emma Lovewell? Emmy?
Yeah.
Emma.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alex Toussaint whoops your ass.
Yeah, he's gonna come at you.
Good soundtracks too.
Emma is more like it's too positive for me.
Yeah.
I need somebody to be negging me a little bit.
Yeah, yell at me.
To get me going.
Yeah. The one instructor is a diehard Eagles fan.
Who's that?
Uh,
Got to get to this. Got to get him, have him on the show and talk Jordan Davis.
we should actually. What's her name? She's cool. She's got good playlist. Jen Sherman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a huge Eagles fan. Or no, yeah, Jen. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Wow.
apparently Kendall Toole too. Both Birds fans. Look at that.
There you go.
Thank you.
I mean, what an advertisement they're getting. But that's what Jordan Davis brings to the table.
I mean, he plays like this. They deserve it.
Okay. Anything else on offense aside from? Well, I want to ask you about the AJ Brown of it all here, Vinny, because you were at the stadium. There was an early play in this game where it looked like Jalen didn't see an open AJ Brown, and his body language kind of slunks a little bit. And I think there was a real chance that the Eagles were like going down a path of having a real issue with AJ Brown, and I don't mean that from like a trying to foment drama here. It's just that you see it. Like every time Jalen Hurts has talked over the past 2 weeks, he's been down because he knows that he's a beast and he can help this team if they throw him the ball, and they just weren't doing it. I think this is going to be like a real multiplying good for the team to have won this game and got AJ Brown back into the fold.
Yeah, but I don't think it was one of those AJ to at Hurts. I just think it's more so let's open this playbook up.
Yeah.
And let's do what
that's right.
Let's do what we all paid to do. Listen, at the end of the day, they have the best roster on paper in the NFL, and then they've been finding ways to win. We just collectively, we're just the players, the fans, we just want to see what we saw today in that second half. We you know what I mean, going forward. And just let's trust QB1 to make the plays that we know he is capable of making.
Yeah. Is that what y'all wanted to see? Was that the famous Hurts quote last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was actually exactly
Bring the
what
Kango back.
Air Jalen.
He had the bucket hat on today.
Oh, they got the bucket on.
Yeah,
Love
he
Hurts.
went bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bucket hat's back.
He hasn't talked yet, though. That's pregame.
That
right?
was pregame. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, pregame fit.
Got it. AJ, 6 for 109.
It's
DeVonta
crazy.
Smith.
Did AJ already go to the podium?
I don't think so. Good question.
EJ sent over some footage of Jordan Davis at the podium. He was up there right away.
Nice.
I think he was still breathing
Straight
heavy.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be too.
I haven't seen anything from AJ yet. So, EJ actually just texted and he said, still waiting on stuff from the locker room. AJ, stuff to hit on. Okay, so I guess he's on his way up momentarily here.
There you go.
He said, I'm still hanging for Jalen if you're okay with that. Nick's finishing up now.
Unbelievable, EJ. We're trying to do a show here. Be a professional. All right, fine. Saquon Barkley, 4 catches for 9 yards. Dallas Goedert, 1 for 33 and a touchdown. John Mechie, 1 for 8. Jahan Dotson, 1 for 7. Darius Cooper, my guy, left this game with an injury on his kickoff return.
He got. I think it was the opening kick of the second half, just right into the blue tent. I think Olivia Reiner said a shoulder, if I'm not mistaken. So that stinks. Special teams was, meh, like kind of a little bit of a problem today. Even Braden Mann didn't have a good punt. Like it was just one of those bizarre games. So we'll see. And Vinny, by the way, I looked it up. You are not the all-time leading blocker in Eagles history.
You're gonna break the guy's heart.
No, bro. I gotta be up there though.
Reggie White had 20.
Oh, come on, bro.
He was pretty good.
Dude!
That is way too many.
Damn, we got 20.
Yeah, that's what. It was an AI overview search. Bo.
Jamie.
I'm sorry. I'm doing social media. I'm co-hosting. I'm doing everything.
Just because it's Reggie, I'm gonna go with the 20. I'm gonna go with the 20. One of the best to ever do it. Oh my God.
It just made sense because he's so good. I trusted AI, Bo. I'm sorry.
You're legitimately better off just asking a random person on the street.
Damn, 20? I thought the most was like 9.
Dude, because it's not right.
Yeah, it's probably
it's wrong.
Now that I'm saying it, it is so many. Yeah.
Think of how long his career was, and not most of it was with the Eagles. Unbelievable.
20 block
Go
field
to your
goals
settings and turn off the AI part of the Google search.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works.
Yeah, so does a broken clock.
Twice a day.
Unbelievable. You think you know a guy. AI will probably tell you that the Eagles lost this game. Terrible. Okay. Let's talk about the defense then, after talking about the offense. How do you feel like Jalen Carter is playing, Vinny?
I think he's coming into his own. I mean, at the end of the last week was his first game.
Right, since the spit, yeah.
The spit with the But
he should do, you who would appreciate this, he needs to steal the Triple H thing for his come out. So he's spitting up into the air.
But Fletch did that. So kind of
that's true. That's true. But he's got to use the spit somehow.
I would. But then again, they might fine him for that. Pre-game, like I never seen they
Roger
like picking on my boy right now. Yeah, like I ain't picking on my guy, man. But you know what though? Today made me realize is we got one of the best linebacker tandems though.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah, they look good together. And to trust a rookie to flex out on a receiver like that today y'all see how I was. I was like, I know how he's gonna go. Yeah. So
if Zach Bond doesn't have that pick in the beginning, you might not even have a chance to get back into this game. It was going to be a bloodbath in the first half without that.
Low-key, enormous play in this game, given those red zone struggles for the Rams, was that holding call on what would have been a touchdown for the Rams.
Right.
It was a 4-point swing. Obviously, that changes the game as well.
Yeah, it's huge. EJ is on his way up, by the way. So we can knock out another piece
Did
of
EJ tell you
business.
that, or did AI tell you that?
EJ himself,
Okay.
unless maybe. He's...
Yo, somebody said AI just told me that Reggie White has 0 block field goals in his career.
ESPN has him with 1, according to
Oh man! Shout out to the chat.
All right, I gotta shut the AI off.
Terrible.
I know King Dunlap has some.
Oh,
Did he?
Yeah, myself, Benny.
Benny Logan?
Mm-hmm. You know what? I want to say no. I might not be. Barnett might. He came in. Derek came in. He started blocking a whole bunch, but my setups, his blocks. So I'm counting those too.
Would Doug send ice cream to whoever blocked the kicks?
Nah, Fit was just good on it, man. We used to go over there and go over it, and we used to find the weakest link on field goal.
Okay.
And go
Smart.
at him. Yeah. We took that thing serious.
And what do you do when you say go at them? Are you trying to like climb the ladder off of that person? Are you trying to split the gap? Like
No.
What are you trying to do with the weak link?
You know, we're you shoulder to shoulder, and you know he gets a
Drive a lane open.
Yeah, you go.
So somebody can plug it.
Yep.
All right, I have at least, according to this is from True Media, an actual source here is going to save the day for us. I'm going to give you this. It only goes back to 2000.
Yeah.
So these are the 18 field goal blocks.
So Reggie
for the
could have
Eagles.
20.
Yeah, he could. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me add the playoffs because I know that there's the Trayvon Hester one coming on the double doink. Okay, so we've got 20 blocked field goals for the Eagles since the year 2000. We're going to go in reverse chronological order. So you get 2 today. 1 for Jalen Carter, 1 for Jordan Davis. 2.
And this is including extra point, right?
No, this is just field goals.
Oh, you got
You had
include
some
extra
extra
points, man.
But back
All right, go ahead.
back in 2023 against the Bills, Jalen Carter has a blocked field goal. So that's 2 for Jalen Carter.
He's pretty good at this. Huh?
2021 was the last one before that. Give you $20 if you can say who this one was.
What year?
2021 against the Denver Broncos. Kayvon Wallace with the
Wow.
blocked field goal. 2020, there were 2. One by Derek Barnett, as you said, and one by Vinny Curry in the playoff
Nice.
game against the Seahawks. So far, we still got Jalen Carter ahead with 2. In 2019, we had 2. Malcolm Jenkins with 1, and Trayvon Hester on the double doink against the Bears. 2017, there were 3. Malcolm Jenkins with 1, so he's up to 2.
Damn.
Derek Barnett with 1, so
I'm
he's
counting
up to
that one.
2. And Patrick Robinson. 2016, Benny Logan gets in on the action. 2014, Brandon Baer with a blocked field goal. 2012, Derek Landry with 1.
I guess I ain't nowhere near up there.
They must have been extra points.
Yeah, you must have been the extra point merchant.
2011, against David Akers, you called this one, Vinny. King Dunlap with the blocked extra punt, blocked field goal. 2009, Antonio Dixon with 1. 2008, Trent Cole gets on the board. 2005, and this, I believe, is the last time that an Eagles blocked field goal led to a touchdown before today. That was Quinton Michael. Of course, Matt Ware returning it. For a
UCLA.
touchdown. 2003, you've got Michael Lewis. And then in 2001, this one doesn't, it's so old that it doesn't even say who blocked it. Hilbert with a 47-yarder blocked. Oh no, John Runyon blocked it
What?
in 2001.
Huh?
I don't remember that.
I'm going to trust AI over True Media at this point. John Runyon.
Oh, come on. Ridiculous. All right, let's take our last break, and then we'll settle in so that we can hear from our Eagles insider, E.J. Smith, on the Xfinity Mobile call-in line, joining us in a little bit to tell us what he heard from the locker room.
And let me tell you.
You want to go? Oh,
Yeah, sure. And you can follow us up and tell us about the stakes. Let me tell you about why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. They stream over 780,000 events every single year, and they have over 90 million users worldwide. The best early payout offers across the NBA and NHL. And with the NFL action, you got to check it out. on Sundays. You get the Sunday Night Football $365,000 jackpot where you place a $10 bet on the first touchdown score and get a split of $365K in bonus bets if your player scores the final touchdown of the game. Payable regardless if the first touchdown scorer wins or loses. Sunday night jackpot. And then there's Monday Night Football, 50% profit boost. They got the same game parlay, NFL Sundays. They got so much going on for you. Check it out. And breaking news from Bet365, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use code PHLY365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or older and physically located in PA. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And I will tell you about Omaha Steaks, because Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. Right now, it's the perfect time to stock up with the exceptional handcrafted flavor and convenience of Omaha Steaks. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. We're talking grass-fed. We're talking grain-finished beef with more marbling for exceptional flavor, and it's the choice of steakhouses and professional chefs around the world, and it can go right from those places to your grill. Make your fall better with high-quality meat, thanks to the good folks at Omaha Steaks. Get fired up for fall grilling with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Red Hot Sales event. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code EAGLES at checkout. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code EAGLES at checkout. See site for details. All right, I'm going to dial up the snap counts here, thanks to True Media.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what Jordan Davis is at.
On EJ.
Was I right in my gut feeling that he averaged like maybe 18 snaps a game last year?
Last year, yes.
Okay. Because it feels like, I mean, hell, at halftime, they were on the field for 37 defensive plays. That was at halftime. So they were trending upwards of 70 if it stayed at that pace. So I'm guessing defensively there was probably 55 to 60. Maybe closer to 50.
I'll tell you right now, according to True Media, and this sometimes changes a little bit, but 65 snaps total for the defense in this game. Zach Bond, Reed Blankenship, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell play all 65 snaps. Jahad Campbell plays 62. Jalen Carter plays 59. Andrew Makuba plays 48. Jordan Davis, 45. So 45 of 65 snaps for him. That is 69. Nice. 69% of the defensive snaps for Jalen Carter, for Jordan Davis, rather. Nolan Smith with the same at 45, Jalix Hunt 43, Adoree Jackson 37, Moro Ojimo 32, Zadarius Smith 23, Sidney Brown 20, Uche 19, Jacorian Bennett 12, and Byron Young 10. There you go.
Wow, 45 snaps. I mean, think about that from a year ago. That's crazy. Good for Jordan Davis.
And with that, we head to the Xfinity Mobile call-in line, and we are joined by our Eagles insider, EJ Smith. EJ, paint the picture being there for that final play. What was it like at the stadium? What was it like in the press box? Give us the color.
Well, the stadium erupted. The press box erupted. You know, usually you're not supposed to cheer in the press box, but I think we make exceptions for last plays like that where you kind of have no idea what's about to happen. The thing that will stand out to me about that moment was just how fast Jordan Davis was moving. He was because at first everyone's like, he needs to get down. You know, he needs to make sure he doesn't fumble the ball. But then you nobody's catching him. You know, he is gone. So definitely a cool moment in the stadium. And then in the locker room afterward, I would say they were actually it was obviously excited, as you would expect, but there was also a realness from a lot of players about the fact that they could have been on the other side of this. You know, Nick Sirianni said that at the end of his press conference that, you know, they've got a lot to clean up and that they very easily could have been in the losing column. But I think, honestly, big picture here, the fact that they're 3-0 and the fact that they are able to win games while trying to clean this stuff up, I think is a really encouraging sign.
Okay, we got a lot to talk about. I'm sure we're going to hit on the offensive turnaround, but let's hold on Jordan Davis for a minute. What was the locker room reaction like to him? Were people talking about his game? Because obviously this has been quite the glow up for Jordan Davis in the first 3 games of this season.
Yeah, glow up is a good way of putting it. I heard some guys talking about how proud they were of Jordan Davis. He kind of made a point of going around the locker room and finding almost all of his teammates and just like saying like way to finish or way to stay in the fight, way to keep fighting. And you could tell that he was kind of the star of the show in the locker room. Everybody, again, Zach Bond, I heard say how proud he is of Jordan Davis. Nick Sirianni in his press conference said that Jordan Davis is walking around with his shirt off a lot more than he was this time a year ago. So I think that that's a pretty good illustration of the progress that he's made. No. I was thinking about making a joke like that. Maybe I'll start doing my post game hits with my shirt off if I have a similar glow up here. But no, yeah, definitely he's kind of the star of the show. He's the one that dug them out of this hole. And he said even himself, like in his post game presser, like he wouldn't have had his wind for the post-game presser this time last year. So, yeah, it really is. It stands out so much, the progress he's made over the last 12 months.
It is funny. Somebody in the chat said this is the first time ever that somebody being in the best shape of their life has turned into be a real thing. And it's kind of true. Yeah. Because it's not, I actually think that him being in better shape is a bit of a misdirect in him also just becoming a better player.
Sure. But I mean, those two things are
they're connected
in tandem. Yeah, for sure.
It's not just him being in better shape, I think.
Yeah, because even the snaps he did play last season, he was not as impactful as he has been, in a higher volume. I did think like people were talking about, well, maybe he doesn't get that sack on Matthew Stafford where he chases him down to the sideline a year or two ago. I mean, he did that against Josh Allen. So I think the speed has always been there for him. It's more, the fact that he's out there as much.
Vinny, what have you seen from Jordan Davis and him just getting better and taking the leap in year 4?
Man, listen. What was that? Last week he had a sack as well. Almost the same way especially when he went out of bounds. He chased him down. This week, look, he just took over the game. Quarterback sack, quarterback hit. That big stop play he had, two block kicks. I mean, the guy is really showing us how hard he worked this offseason and how much it's paying off. This is one of those ones, as you say, I'm glad we picked up his 5th year, man. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking like good value all of a sudden, right?
That's not the case.
Yeah.
Next year is already paid for.
Yep.
And kudos to the Eagles for making that decision.
And I think it's going to get better. Like, we seen this story before. When guys bust their ass in the offseason and come back and the hard work starts paying off, man, and it's sky's the limit. And now it's going to take, maybe a couple double teams, of Jalen Carter. So I'm interested to see how this, how it would look going forward.
I mean, the ideal version of Jordan Davis is somebody that you cannot block one-on-one, and he is getting closer and closer to that player.
What about the rest of the locker room vibe after this game, EJ? Was it a little bit more joyous than the first 2 weeks where it was almost like they had to apologize for their victory?
A little bit more, but not significantly, if I'm being honest. One of the biggest headlines you're going to see out of the Eagles locker room is A.J. Brown saying that he does think that the offense is a bit too conservative at times and they have enough talent that they should be more aggressive. So he said that in a nuanced way. He said it in a measured way. Nick Sirianni talked about how he really commended AJ for the way that he's answered questions in the last couple of weeks. And, we've talked a lot about that on the show, how careful he's been. Today he kind of said, like, you saw what it looks like when we're aggressive and, he thinks that they should be more that way. So I think there was honestly, probably for some fans, it'll probably be maybe refreshing or reassuring acknowledgement that like the offense did not look good in the first half. Everybody talked about the fact that there's a lot for them to clean up. But again, there's definitely a relief that they're doing this as at 3-0 rather than coming off of a loss. So I think from the offensive guys, it was kind of still like apologizing for the way that the first half went, while also acknowledging that they sort of flashed what potential they have and the talent that they have in that second half to be able to win the game.
So EJ, did you see Lane? Was there any talk about Lane? I hate injuries to that significant of a player. But any status given on him or any vibes about Lane in the locker room?
Yeah, no, I saw him. He was like walking around. He couldn't turn his neck. You couldn't turn his head. But yeah, he said that he's hopeful that he'll be able to play next week. I saw Jeff McClain report that it was a stinger. So yeah,
Okay.
I think we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, he didn't seem overly concerned about it. This being a long-term thing.
And why then was Fred Johnson not the first guy up at right tackle?
Yeah, so I talked to Jordan Mailata about this, and Nick Sirianni was asked about this, and Nick said that they were doing like a right-left thing throughout the week. Jordan Mailata said that Fred Johnson had no snaps at right tackle this week during practice, and he gave the very colorful analogy. It's like, wiping your backside with with your non-dominant hand, and then Jordan said that he broke his finger, so he actually is pretty good at that skill. So TMI maybe, but I try to give you guys an inside look from the locker room. Jordan Mailata said that he broke his finger, I think it was last year. So he said he had to use his non-dominant hand. Again, maybe TMI, but listen, I'm going to give you all the details I get from the locker room. The listeners need to know. So
I hate that I was mentally picturing that while you said it, EJ. That was quite terrible.
It's got to be a big toilet.
Yeah. Do they have bigger toilets? I think I do, right?
They must.
And Jordan Mailata is
if
huge.
that's a thing. Maybe we'll get a toilet paper sponsorship out of this, and then you'll be thanking me. So no, but yeah, Fred Johnson. Why Fred Johnson wasn't just the swing tackle going into this game? I couldn't really tell you. I mean, from the way that he played last season, you would have thought that he'd be the first guy up. But, Nick acknowledged the fact that like they went a few series with Matt, who had been getting the right tackle snaps during the week before realizing like we just need to put Fred in there. And it really is like, I don't think it's as simple as saying like Fred Johnson came in and saved the Eagles offense, because I think there was a lot more there. But when you look at the flow of the game, Fred coming in did coincide with the offense really finding a rhythm. I think that probably had more to do with AJ Brown, but still credit to Fred. He played a lot better than that prior to right tackle for sure.
Sack.
Yeah, to me, this is not a Matt Pryor issue. It's a coaching decision issue. Like,
sure,
it's like asking Grant Calcaterra to block too much one-on-one last week.
Yes,
your guy's skill sets. Matt Pryor is better when he's not asked to have to be athletic, and he can just road grade a guy. Putting him on an island at right tackle is not ideal,
especially against a guy like Jared Verse. And I want Vinny's opinion on Fred Johnson. He had like an Olay against Jared Verse on one play. I saw some people calling it a pancake. Are we calling that a pancake? Like, sort of just like guided him onto the ground.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell how it goes. If a defensive lineman leave your feet, that offensive lineman touch you, it's a pancake.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like that's from experience. You've seen that in the stat sheet before. Yeah.
They leave feet.
So yeah,
feet.
Fred Johnson got a pancake. There you go.
All right, so EJ, what do you make, and what did Sirianni say about, as AJ Brown says, an offense that was probably too conservative in the first half? I gave the cherry-picked stat earlier that by success rate, the first half was the worst first half of Jalen Hurts' career as a starting quarterback, and by EPA per drive, the second half was the best second half of his career.
Yeah, I mean, he was relatively non-committal. I think he kind of steered it more toward the tempo that they used in the second half that got them into a rhythm. But yeah, I think that this is going to be a TBD.
Give me a break.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I'm not here to defend it. I mean, I do. A couple guys did say the tempo was helpful, but yeah, I think this is going to be a TBD thing with the Eagles offense. I think it was, I saw Rich made this point actually, and it was an excellent point that maybe this was good for the Eagles offense to realize you can't turtle your way through games. You can't just be overly conservative in the pass game in the name of turnover avoidance and still expect to win games against good teams, because they opened it up more in the second half. I mean, I didn't get to ask AJ Brown this, but I want to know what his reaction was in the huddle when they called that slant and go for him. Like, I want to know, like, was he like, man, I've been waiting for this for weeks now. Like, where was this a couple of weeks ago? But no, I think that this is probably an instructive moment for the Eagles offense, especially the passing game, to realize that they have so much talent. And it can be as simple as get the ball in AJ Brown's hands on an out route or a double move. Like, you have to figure out ways to get the ball to him in space. Some of those third downs, like, It was as simple as get the ball in his hands in space. He will make it happen. And you can tell that there's an urgency from AJ at this point now. When he gets the ball in his hands, he wants to do things that will warrant getting the ball more from this offense. So I think that there are some growing pains here. Again, Nick didn't have a whole lot on, like, is this going to change things for them? But I do think that today was a big step in being able to change that.
How could it not? I mean,
right.
The proof of concept for them, after so much umbrage taken at people, daring to say that we don't know what we're doing. I mean, come on, you just saw it.
Yeah, especially because it's not like Jalen hasn't been playing well. Like, he's been operating well within the confines of the offense. I think that the confines of the offense have been really the limiting factor. They shouldn't be. You have too much talent. They've got too much, and that's why they win this game. It's because of how much talent they have. The fact that they can sort of wash over some of the mistakes and some of the lack of rhythm in the game. So, no, like I said, I think that this was a big step for them, and being 3-0, having done that, I think is probably good for some of the stuff that was bubbling underneath the surface when it comes to AJ and DeVonta, because those guys did finally get into the offense in a more meaningful way.
Tough day to be one of the 19 diehard Rams fans out there, because you think you're getting your comeuppance on this team that you think you should have beat in the snow last year. And then to lose a game like that when you were really the better team for most of the game, that's a brutal
They've got nobody but Sean McVay to blame for that, though. You guys had to have talked about this
totally
before
agree.
already, but yeah, they've got nobody but Sean McVay.
When will he learn?
Yeah, when they went into the first half without just an insurmountable lead because of those field goals that they settled for, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Absolutely. He does this all the time. It's the reason they lost the game.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I mean, even there were the timeout usage in the second half. I mean, it can't be that hard to find somebody to manage the game for you if you're going to be a play caller like him. Because again, he did some really nice stuff. You see the appeal of Sean McVay and the offense that they ran, but then you also see the downside of having a guy who's got that much on his plate. For all the things we say about Nick Sirianni, that is one thing that we should give him some credit for, is that he is figured out, you separate the game management and the play calling. We might not always agree with Nick Sirianni's game management, but I do think that that is the model that you need to follow.
Shout out to everybody using those custom emojis in the chat, and you can become a member of the Supporters Club as well. Get access to
Matt Bainbridge just joined, and
Matty B
and Temple Tough 2383. Welcome to the club.
All right, join the Supporters Club. True sicko level stuff for the real ones. Extra content, exclusive emojis.
Doing guys.
Good way to show your support for us. Hey, did Sirianni talk about the time management at all at the end of the game in his press conference?
No. Yeah, no, he wasn't asked about the time. I mean, other than the Jordan Davis not getting down. He said he was okay with that. He said he would have been just as happy if Jordan Davis went down, but he said he was all right with it. But no, not a whole lot about the time management.
I am so glad he didn't go down in this league where Roger Goodell is trying to litigate all fun out of the game.
Yeah, that Puka Nacua
big
taunting penalty. Yeah, that taunting penalty on Puka Nacua was ridiculous. I mean, what are we doing?
So, EJ, I gave the line earlier to Fran for Jordan Davis on the big man rumble and touchdown. If I set the line at 18.7 miles an hour on next gen stats, are you going over or under?
I probably would go over. I would like to hear what he was at when he chased down Josh Allen a few years ago, because I feel like that might have started with a 19. So I'm going to take the over on that one.
They got to get on that, right? Next gen?
18.5, they said.
Oh, they did?
I thought they said in the chat.
It was 18.5?
Yeah. That was a good line.
Well, then I guess I'm wrong. I gave him too much credit.
Well, it's at the end of 45 snaps. So
yeah, that is impressive.
That's true.
The guy, he's always been able to move. That's always been his thing, is that that 40 time at the combine. I think he said that he hasn't run that fast since the combine. So I mean,
he certainly hasn't ran that far since the combine.
I mean, he hasn't needed to. Although I should be mad at him. He might have cost me in Swooper chasing down Matthew Stafford before he could get back to the line.
That's right. You're absolutely right. All right, EJ, what are we going to be reading on allphly.com when we check in for the early bird tomorrow morning?
You're going to be reading all about all of what these guys had to say about the past game, about sort of the up and down nature of the game, and sort of how they were able to dig themselves out of it. But you're also you're going to be reading about Jordan Davis. I mean, this is the Jordan Davis game. I coined it. I saw the Eagles tweeted it. They didn't give me any credit.
Hold on a second.
So maybe
Hold on a second. You coined it?
I coined it. You look up the Jordan Davis game, all quotes on Twitter, and see who tweeted it first.
That's not a coinage. That's not. You didn't come up with a phrase. You just said,
"Oh, well,
a guy's
you
game."
know, Bo. You know that if the tables were turned here, you would be taking credit for it.
Absolutely not. You can't pat yourself on the back for the football game.
This is like the Bo Wulf playbook that I'm doing here. This is 1 million. I learned from the best.
This is outrageous. Go write the story that's the best. You can't hang your hat on the Jordan Davis game.
Part of you respects it though.
None of
you know, there's a little piece of you that is just like you're proud right now.
Yeah,
you're like that's my podcast co-host.
Well,
right
here's
there.
what I want to ask:
That's my guy.
is you have been here for all of Jordan Davis's career. You have seen and talked to him throughout all of it. What to you is the most impressive part of him taking this journey, this glow up, as we said?
Yeah, honestly, other than just like the sheer nature of I never thought that he was somebody who wasn't in shape for a lack of want to or a lack of intent. I think he did come into training camp most years in good shape, and it was just a matter of carrying that into the season and being able to play at a high level and being able to have it manifest itself onto the field. And I think the mental toughness that he showed throughout these years, where I mean, I'm sure that the skepticism that most people had, a healthy skepticism, and honestly a fair skepticism. I think the fact that he handled that the way that he did, I think that does speak real volumes. You know, we talk about obviously to a much greater degree, like Brandon Graham, being somebody who was able to kind of handle the scrutiny that comes with being a first-round pick in the city and not living up to expectations right away. The fact that he's been able to do that and is now playing at this high of a level, I think that's what stands out to me is the mental side of it. He's not somebody who is like a hermit. He doesn't seem like he's like taking all the social media off of his phone. I'm sure he hears this stuff. The fact that he took it in stride and was able to still, like I said, come out the other side as an impactful player for this team, I think it does speak volumes for him.
You have also talked to a bunch of the families of the Georgia players. I wonder if you think that the Georgia of it all plays into that mental toughness and like the support from guys who he's known for a long time.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. I mean, they have I wouldn't call it maybe insulated, but a highly supportive group where it's like a family where, you know, all the moms are each other, you know, Jordan Davis's mom is Nolan Smith's mom, you know, like they have that type of dynamic. So I do think that probably helps, you know, helps him keep things prioritized, keep perspective on things. And I think the presence of those guys in general, his teammates being there probably has been able to kind of help him weather maybe some of the lower points. But yeah, like I said, I think that it shouldn't go overlooked that like this guy has had a lot of scrutiny, even the 5th-year option, the fact that it only got picked up on the last day possible. I think he knew what was at stake this season, and the fact that he kind of answered the call, I think he does deserve credit for the mental toughness that takes.
All right. Well, EJ, thank you so much. We appreciate the mental toughness that you had to be able to come up with something as good as the Jordan Davis game. And we will talk to you tomorrow at 2 o'clock and read on allphly.com.
At least you didn't make fun of my mic this time.
It's old hat. Thank you for hustling on up from the locker room. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. All right.
See you, EJ.
All right. Let's start to wrap things up here on the PHLY Eagles postgame show. An extra super chat here from Sean, who says the lack of aggressiveness from the Shanahan tree should be investigated by Pablo Torre. No stones in that whole group, and that's exactly right. It is a crazy thing for these guys to be, you know, heralded as these offensive geniuses, and none of them trust their offense enough.
Yeah, it's wild to me that Sean McVay is as conservative as he is. Like you would think, from Doug Peterson and Nick Sirianni to like the way the recent Super Bowls have kind of gone. Keeping your foot on the gas and being aggressive is what helps a lot of teams win. And it's just not like getting through to him. It's very bizarre.
All right, Vinny, the Eagles have, you know, they have beat the Cowboys. They've gone into Kansas City. They've come back from down 26-7. They've done almost everything. But next week, they go to Tampa Bay. Their house of horrors. How do you feel about that?
Stands in the sun.
I've been waiting for you to ask me that. Next week, I'm going to be saying, SAQUON!
This is the week.
I'm calling it the SAQUON game.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, look what a name. The SAQUON game.
You coined that.
You coined that for next week.
Bro, he got to go. It's his time now.
It feels like he's due.
Yeah, it's his time now. It's his time now.
Should we look ahead at the early weather report? We're a week out.
Sure.
What do we think the temperature is going to be in Tampa? Because all you hear about is the bench and the sun and this and
Probably
that.
97.
84.
84.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm calling this the Vinny Curry game.
So, yeah, it's SAQUON. He's due, man. And he's due.
My brand new phone is being booty cheeks.
And we know
Well,
that.
as you look that up, let's
High of 87.
87.
And a little cloudy. So maybe not direct sun
Okay.
on the bench.
Okay. Hopefully we wear, what did they let us wear all white? No, it's Tampa. No,
Probably
they're
not.
gonna let
They'll
us
wear the
wear-
whites, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're whites. Shit.
Maybe. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us during the PHLY Eagles postgame show. What a wild win for the Eagles. Coming back from down 26-7, an unbelievable turnaround on offense. And then, of course, as we will all remember it, the Jordan Davis game. The game-winning block. Unbelievable. The second blocked field goal of the game for the Eagles. A big red zone performance for both sides of the ball. And they come away 3-0 after an absolutely just wild, maybe one of the most memorable September games that I can think of for this Eagles team. So we will have you covered all week. Coming up tomorrow, 2 o'clock, we've got Fran breaking down with the grabby grabs on the X's and the O's. We've got all kinds of stuff coming the rest of the week. Thank you, Vinny Curry. Thank you, Jamie Lynch. Vinny, any final thoughts?
Jordan Davis, yo.
Jordan Davis.
Congratulations.
Jordan Davis gets whatever he wants the next 24 hours.
Congratulations.
It's his purge, whatever it is. Like,
Yeah. My
free
final
use
thoughts
Jordan Davis.
are that we must have had some good vibes at halftime, Bo, with donations to Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I think that was probably a big reason why the Eagles came back here, because the good
Listen,
vibes.
You get what you put out into the world.
Yeah, and shout out to everybody that donated. It is the month of giving for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Every little bit matters, so if you can throw a couple bucks the way of Big Brothers Big Sisters to make a difference in our community. Whoever you did that at halftime, thank you.
And I believe midnight tonight is the end of the merch sale. So
Yes.
get that. If this is your chance to get good deal on the PHLY merch, now's the time. Go make that happen for yourself.
And thanks to all of our new supporters. Thanks to everybody out there. What a game. And our Discord was wild today. Shout out to the Diehards and the community, because like going through that experience with the Discord community, and you can get a Discord membership by joining us here, was really funny. And some guy in Chicago was like, thanks. I'm alone on a work trip in Chicago in the hotel right now. Thanks for letting me go through this with all of you. So it was a really cool experience today on several different fronts, but the community we have here at PHLY was definitely one of the coolest.
Amen to that. And thank you to Julia for making it all happen behind the scenes. That'll do it for us here on the PHLY Eagles postgame show. For all of us here, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to do a little Darius Williams on the way out. And as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.